An ape-like animal photographed and videotaped in possibly the right end of Noah's Ark. Strict copyright Ronald Stewart, 2015 to 2018, all rights reserved. During the summer of 2015, here is a kind of a right angle of what could possibly be an ape-like creature. Now, this cannot be seen right now where most of the ice and snow has melted back. But what we're going to show here is a time-delayed melt back to some extent of the ice and snow on this petrified wood animal carving. Right there would be the eye, there would be the other eye there, there would be the left nostril there, right nostril there, and there's the open mouth right there to where the ice and snow had melted away, and there would be the shape of the head and the ear right there as well. And that's what we're going to show. Now, we're showing the melt back in time-delayed photography to whatever extent we could do at that time. And of course, we see it's taking on more and more the shape of an ape-like animal right there. And then what we see next is the one on the left that we just saw, and when more ice and snow melted back, it looked like what we see on the right in like manner. Now, this ape-like animal carving is a picture writing like pictorial picture writing carving representation of one of the animals that came out of the ark, possibly some type of an ape. Now, we're going to improve and enhance this and get higher and higher resolution images right here in front of your eyes. And we're going to explain this in much, much more detail. Given impression, there is no such thing as a perfect picture when it comes to photographing the ark. It's kind of like a picture puzzle. You have to take each piece, see what you can see, and then take it from there and learn as much as you can, because unless you're at the perfect place at the perfect day, perfect hour, and the perfect minute, and the perfect seconds, where all the ice and snow is completely off the ark, then there's no way of telling when that would be, because there's all such versatile weather conditions on Mount Ararat. Now here we can see that the image is attaining more and more higher and higher resolution. And we're going to compare that. Now what we're going to also do is apply bokeh, which bokeh is a camera advancement technique that allows a person to either blur out or black out certain areas of the background, as we see here, which brings a three-dimensional view of what is being photographed to the forefront of the image. Now on the right is a very rough draft of what the possible ape-like animal looks like. Now here we're going to explain this in great detail. There's ice and snow accumulation, and some is even accumulated up around the nose and the mouth, above the mouth section of the possible ape-like pictorial picture writing carving. And the illustration to the right is to also illustrate the way, most likely the way it looks. And we'll show other animal carvings later in even more detail that don't have as much ice and snow on them as well. But we see the ice and snow in those areas as aforementioned, or as previously mentioned. And of course the illustration to the right is a rough draft. It's not the world's greatest artist, but it may be good enough to at least get the message across as to what we're trying to show. Now there is the nose, right there. So the bridge of the nose as well on this possible ape-like animal. Here will be the nostrils, there and there, as we see here. There would be the right nostril. There would be the left one, right there where the pointers are pointing to right now. Now the next anatomical physiological area we're going to show is the left cheek. Right there. what this animal looked like 4,300 years ago when his carvings were probably created. The right cheek, right there. Now we're going to take a detailed look at the eye. Right there. And we're going to zoom in on that too a little while and show more what that looks like. And then we're going to look at the pupil. Right there inside the brownish area is the eye and the detail of the pupil. My theory is that they may have used glass to simulate life-looking eyes and other areas in teeth. Not teeth, not glass in the teeth, but teeth for the eyes. And here we see the next anatomical area is the open mouth. Right there. In like manner. Next, we're going to take a look at this possible ape on the left. And we're going to look at it to see if we can see what makes up the right eye, the pupil, as far as detail is concerned, and it being an ape-like animal. Soon, we'll be zooming into that eye, the pupil right there, where the word pupil shows and where the indicator is indicating where the pupil or the eye is located, the glass eye of this possible ape-like animal that stayed in Noah's Ark at one time, that had a steep house-like roof on it, but a ancient barge-like hull. Now, we're also going to be zooming in on that, and we'll have some annotated text that will explain a little bit more about it. And if you would like to stop the video to read that, then we encourage you to do so, unless you want to read it as we soon start to zoom into the left on that possible ape-like animal's eye to our right and get a closer view of it to see what it looks like, which it will be most likely light brown in color. And the rough draft illustration to the right gives an idea of how the ape-like carving may have appeared if part of that part of the face of the ice and snow had melted back, which we will show more melt back later on in this video. But here, for now, we zoom into the eye on our right, as we see here, get a better view of it where the arrow is pointing to right now. We zoom in closer and closer and closer, right there, and a little bit closer again. Here is some original video from the Noah's Ark expedition, from Noah's Ark expedition team number 2 during the summer of 2015. Higher resolution image here of that possible ape-like petrified wood animal carving, as we see here. And next we'll take a look at another video that was shot in HD. And here, we're going to see that here in just a moment. Now here's the video that was shot excuse me, in HD. It gives a little higher resolution image of the possible ape-like animal carving that we see here. And of course, this is just one of many
of the possible petrified wood animal carvings in the possible alleged remains of Noah's Ark today, in the structure that fits the measurements for possibly Noah's Ark. But it's extremely hard to get to. And this ape-like creature before could not be distinguished when it was covered with ice and snow, until enough of the ice and snow had melted back. Now, next, to give you sense of size, this possible alleged ape-like animal carving is about 5 feet to 5.5 feet high from where the 5-foot annotation text reads to where the arrow points all the way to the bottom of where its feet was located, with some of it's encased in ice. Next, to give a size of about the head, from the outside of the left ear to the outside diameter of the right ear, where the left arrow points to right there, to the right side, right there, well, the right there, was approximately 9 inches in diameter as well. In conclusion, we take a look at the first image on the far left. Now, this is an angle view of the way the possible ape-like animal carving, petrified wood animal carving, appeared when we first saw it. Then after a while, some of the ice and snow melted back, and then we had a frontal image of what we see in the middle. And then finally, when the most ice and snow melted back, that we had time to be able to stay and see what the rest of it looked like, and of course this also extend our video as far as possible, our video capability. We then videotaped the image on the far right, which of course that image looks more and more like an ape-like animal that is in a petrified wood carving in possibly the right end of possibly and allegedly the remains of Noah's Ark today, in a very, very battered and dilapidated structure that is in ruins. That is on the northeast side of today's Greater Mount Ararat, in a rectangular-like oblong cliff shelf. And we'll take a look at more of these videos coming up in just a few more minutes. We thank you for your time and for watching this video. Have a good day.